What if I told you none of this is real? What if I told you that what you think reality is very far from that? What if I told you that life as we know it is only a simulation, and everyone in this world is an avatar in a video game? And what if I told you that you get to create your own avatar every time you wake up? Everything you and I are experiencing in this moment as you're watching this video, we are experiencing it in the Matrix. So what exactly is the Matrix? Come with me down the rabbit hole. Let's find out together how we can actually use the Matrix in our favor. Hello, beautiful beings of light. Welcome back to the Cosmic Juniper. If this is your first time watching my channel, welcome. Join this beautiful community of curious souls by subscribing. And don't forget to like this video. Thank you. In today's video, I will be talking about the Matrix. What the heck is the Matrix? You guys hear me say that word a lot in my videos. If you have been with me for a while, you know I say it almost in every video. But what exactly is the Matrix? So I know that at this point, most of us, if not all of us, have already watched the movie called Matrix. And while some consider it to be just a sci-fi movie, it could be argued that it's actually a documentary. It is the truth hidden in plain sight. But the Matrix actually does exist in real life. Have you ever laid late at night asking yourself those very deep questions? Like, for example, what the heck am I doing here? What is it that I'm supposed to be doing here anyways? Is working and paying bills it? Is that it? Will I die this way, worrying about bills and rent and food? Do I even have a purpose here? Why was I born into this world? You know, all those questions that you can't really have an answer to. We can only speculate and think. And most of us die asking these questions. We die not knowing what it is really that we're doing here. And this is because from the very moment we come to this world from birth, there is already a structure in place for how must we behave and conduct ourselves and what is expected from us. From the moment that we are born, we are taught that we are little working machines, and we are taught to obey certain systems. We are taught that our self-worth is measured by our productivity. And these rules, these systems, these structures are then passed on to the next generation and to the next generation and so on and so forth. And we can't really blame our parents for this or our grandparents because maybe they just didn't know better. No one else taught them different. And it's definitely not in the best interest of this system, of this coding, of this program for us to know otherwise. For us to know that there's a whole different version out there for us. And with this being said, unfortunately, a part of humanity will not be able to wake up from this spell. They will not be able to reconfigure the program within them. So I know at this point, I already probably said a lot of stuff that you probably never heard before, or maybe you didn't really stop and think about it. It's a lot of information, I know. But in simple terms, what is the Matrix? The Matrix is a collection of systems and structures that are already set in this world, in this reality. These systems and structures are set there to keep control of humanity, to keep humanity at a very low vibration, to keep us numb, to keep us obedient, to keep us fearful, to make us think that there is not enough to go around for all of us. So we must always be fighting with each other. We must always feel like we're in competition with each other. And the matrix is all around us. From the moment we wake up and we come back into this body from the dream realm, we enter the matrix automatically. It's all around us. It's everything we see. The matrix is also within us. Now, how does the matrix look for us in real life? It's actually quite simple to identify. It's that endless cycle of misery that does not stop. So what happens in the morning for some people? They wake up. They are dreading the idea of having to go somewhere and clock in. It's being in that place trapped for 8 hours, doing the thing they don't even like to do. Perhaps is staring at a screen for 8 hours. Perhaps is being caged in a cubicle all day. Perhaps is having to put up with low vibrational energies all day long. Maybe you have to listen to someone scream at your ear all day. Then that person goes home. They have their dinner, and perhaps they spend a little while on their phone. And then as they're having a good time scrolling on their phone, they look at the clock. And that stress comes back again because they are already thinking about the next day. They are already thinking about themselves being in that place that they hate for 8 hours. And then they repeat the cycle again. The only thing that's keeping them hopeful is the weekend. Those 2 days during the entire week where they can actually feel like themselves and feel relaxed and smile a little. Does that sound familiar? I know that a lot of us have been in that hamster wheel at some point or another, because that's what we've been taught. No other options were ever presented to us growing up. It was just basically hurry up and grow up so you can become a slave of the system. Period. That's it. Now the matrix, this system, these structures, they thrive on keeping people in fear. So the more you feel fearful of making a change in your life, the more the system grabs a hold of you and doesn't let you go. Because the matrix wants you to think there is nothing else out there for you. There is no other way for you to thrive, to generate that thing we call money. That imaginary thing, right, that we call money. The good news is there is a way out. And yes, the grass is greener on the other side. It's not only green, it's multicolor. It's vibrant. It's fluorescent. The thing is though, no one is going to come take our hand and lead us out of the matrix or show us the other side of the matrix. This is something that you have to want for yourself. You must truly want to know more. You need to get curious. You really need to start observing everything around you. Observing how you behave. Observing what your thoughts are. Do you live in fear? Constant fear? That's a very low vibrational energy. That's a low frequency energy. And that feeds the matrix. You must wake up. Wake up. Wake up. You're not alone. There is a whole bunch of us that have escaped the matrix and that actually uses the matrix in our favor. So it is possible. It's 100% possible. You must believe that. There is a strong reason why you feel unhappy, why nothing makes you happy, why you're always maybe angry or agitated, or you easily get triggered by anything and everything. You give your power away. You gotta wake up. Wake up. Now the matrix can also be considered as a simulation, like a video game. Any gamers out there? I know I was a gamer when I was younger, so I can totally get this idea of how life reflects, just like a video game. So imagine if you can create your own avatar. And I know that some apps, some social app media some social media apps allow you to create your avatar. And I know that people have a lot of fun doing that because it is fun, right? Because you get a chance to just be creative and free and not feel judged, right? Who's gonna care what your avatar is? If you want elf ears, go ahead and put elf's ear on. If you want fangs, go ahead. Whatever. If you want to be a mermaid, be a mermaid, right? It's an avatar. Who cares? What if you take that same concept and apply it in real life? In real life. Apply it in the Matrix. What if you were able to recreate your avatar? Your you. But the remix. The 2.0 version of it. How would your avatar look in this video game we call life? So think about that. What if you actually allow yourself to dream? Envision yourself in that timeline where you see yourself happy and fulfilled. And I'm not necessarily talking about materialistic things either, because materialistic things is very third dimension, very matrixy. So imagine that money doesn't exist, right? Money does not exist. If you didn't have to worry about money, how else would you define happiness? How else would you look for your happiness? What does that look like? Now, let's say you are able to identify what it looks like. You see yourself somewhere. Now imagine that all of a sudden, money is popping up everywhere because of the thing that you're doing that you love. And because you're vibrating in this high frequency. You're vibrating so high that you're attracting all this abundance without having to give your soul away to the system. I know, I just said a lot of stuff that probably doesn't make sense yet. But I know you'll get there and you'll have that aha moment. And you know what else is going to happen? Once you start doing the work, once you start reprogramming yourself, your third eye is going to open. And then you're going to realize so many things. I know right now, if you're not into this kind of stuff and you're watching this video, you're like, what the hell is she talking about? She's a little, right? Because that happens too. Once you try to break free from the system, from the matrix, once you're not part of that herd of goats, of sheep, then they start viewing you as someone who is completely crazy. How dare you think different? How dare you try to leave this place of sadness and stress and anger? You must stay here with us. So I think for now, I already presented you with enough information for you to go over and analyze, because that's part of breaking out from the matrix as well. You must question everything. If you think everything I said today in this video is just crazy talk, perfect. That's okay. It's valid, obviously. Now, go and do your own research. Go and be informed. Go down the rabbit hole yourself and prove me wrong. Tell me everything I said is just craziness. Because the moment you start questioning everything, that's the moment that you're going to actually find some answers. But you got to be ready for them though. Because exiting the matrix, or even working against the matrix, will shatter your reality, will shatter what you know is real. So if you're not ready for that, don't do that. Just stay in the matrix, stay in that system, stay in that hamster wheel. But this was just a small introduction about what the heck is the matrix. Because I'm always saying that word, always tossing it around, right? But that's because I have learned to take the energy of this matrix we live in and use it to elevate myself, to attract the things and the people that I actually want in my life. And you can do that too. I'll be making a second part of this topic of the matrix and talk a little bit more about how you can actually exit the matrix, how you can flip the story. I have created the perfect course for you. It's a free mini course where I take you step by step on how to start prepping in order to make all your dreams come true, in order to step into your own power, and this way manifest the best version of yourself and attract all the abundance that has your name on it. There is a big package of abundance floating in the universe, but you must tell it where to be delivered. It has your name on it, but it doesn't have a home address yet. So we gotta let the universe know where they can find you. And that's exactly what we're gonna do together in this mini course. Now, to access this course, there is a link down here in the description box. It's called Manifest Your Best Life. Just enter your email to subscribe to my mailing list, and you will automatically be redirected to the video, to the mini course on how to manifest the best version of yourself. And now, the reason why it's not posted as a public video on here on my channel is because not everyone is ready to level up. Not everybody is ready to learn how to manifest. Only the real ones will go ahead and watch that video. What are you ready to manifest in your life? Join me in the second part of this video and let's start manifesting together. I highly recommend that after you're done watching this video, you go and watch the video I have about the importance of thoughts and words. How important it is how you talk to yourself. This is how you start working in reprogramming that old belief system that was instilled in you since birth. Let me know your thoughts and your comments. I want to know what's going through your head. And if you stayed till the end of this video, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. See you in the next video, beautiful souls. Bye.